What is going on, YouTube? It's your boy Grim, back with another episode here on Grim Takes. My headphones are bumping the microphone right now because I'm trying to keep it real close so that nobody says that they can't hear me when I speak. I think I'm doing better. I feel like last week's videos, the audio was pretty consistent through everything. If you guys agree, please let me know down in the comments because that just helps me make better content for you guys. But yeah, today we are going to be checking out Ren with the song Hi Ren. I have never heard this artist before. It was recommended by a viewer down in the comments below. And what background could I give? I have heard of Ren. I believe his name is Ren Gill. I think he's an independent artist. I don't know if he's signed to a label. I don't really know anything about him other than the fact that he had his own kind of era where he was dominating reaction channels. I've always been a fan of reaction channels myself. It's why, I started this channel and why I choose to do this with my time today. So I know he's been around and I know I'm really late to the game. And that's just because, I kind of knew this day would come. That someone was going to recommend it. And now it's here and we get to do this together. Hell yeah. A couple of changes this video. Obviously, you guys can already see there it is. The video has been moved down here, so let me know if you guys like that better. I feel like you can see a lot more of my face this way, and I can kind of get a better angle where I can more consistently look at the camera this way, so hopefully it's better for everybody. But without further ado, I'm going to jump into the song here. Ignore everything else that was going on my tabs. I was ADHD multitasking. I say that with hesitation because none of it was productive for the last hour, just clicking and watching random bits and pieces of random videos. And now it's time to lock in. Ren, what do you got for me? Cool start. Off a couple of plucks, immediate overreaction, Polyphia. That was no disrespect, I promise. I'm being funny, guys. It was funny, come on. Electric acoustic. I definitely wasn't expecting that.
Hi there, Ren. It's been a little while. Did you miss me? You thought you buried me, didn't you? Risky. Cause I always come back. Deep down you know that. Deep down you know I'm always in periphery. Ren, on your pleased to see me. It's been weeks since we spoke, bro. I know you need me. You're the sheep, I'm the shepherd. Not your place to lead me. Not your place to be biting off the hand that feeds me.
Hi, Ren. I've been...
Alright, off rip. Let me be judgmental for a second. I noticed the different earrings in both ears. So I'm gonna judge, bro, and I'm going to say he likes to accessorize. He's probably real creative, probably a pretty, independent thinker, likes to think for himself. And I didn't really know what that meant as far as artistical style until he started singing. This kind of reminds me in some strange ways of like modern, early Eminem, right? Where immediately, we're going for these themes of kind of like the dark side talking to the light side. At least that's what I'm getting so far. So that's kind of cool. I don't want to say it's completely unique. Obviously, I just had the Eminem reference. There's a lot of other artists that have used this kind of style of music before. He is really good at it, though, I will say. Another example I think of, I don't know if anyone here has ever listened to the band Butcher Babies, but I remember when Butcher Babies dropped an EP. I don't remember the name of the EP, but I remember there was a bunch of covers on it, and one of the covers was of this guy, Napoleon something or other. The song title was "They're Coming to Take Me Away." I think in parentheses, haha. But awesome cover. The original is a pretty cool song too. Very stripped back, very unique. But the cover really did a good job of kind of taking a whole concept of this guy going insane, kind of talking about how, you know, at a certain point in American history, as well as I'm sure it has happened in other countries. I'm just mentioning American history because that's what I know. People with mental illnesses were kind of regarded as less than, right? And they were put into institutions, institutionalized, or whatever else may have you. Think Suicidal Tendencies song Institutionalized is another great example of like kind of the end of that era and what that looked like for humanity. But this whole kind of concept of institutionalization is a fun concept to play in, is the point I'm trying to come to. And immediately just off this first little segment here, I will say Ren is a much better vocal talent than either of the wonderful women that were fronting Butcher Babies at the time. I believe Heidi left the band and it's just the one vocalist now. I don't remember her name. But excellent vocalist. So excited to see how he kind of attacks this style of music. Let's continue.
Taking some time to be distant. I've been taking some time to be still. I've been taking some time to be by myself since my therapist told me I'm ill. And I've been making some progress lately, and I've learned some new coping skills. So I haven't really needed you much, man. I think we need to just step back and chill. Ren, you sound more insane than I do. You think that those doctors are really there to guide you? Been through this a million times. Your civilian mind is so perfect to always being lied to. Okay, take another pill, boy. Drown yourself in the sound of white noise. Follow this 10-step program, rejoice. All your problems will be gone. Fucking dumb boy. Nah, mate, this time is different, man. Trust me.
I really actually like this a lot. This is really kind of cool. It's just a very to the point representation of what mental illness can look like. I think it's definitely relatable as frick, and I can definitely relate to this, right? I'm not sure how many of you actually know that are subscribed to the channel, but I do make my own music as well. I've been making my own music since I was about 14 years old. I've been songwriting a lot longer than that. I'm not an expert by any means. It's just something I do for fun. But mental illness is something I've always struggled with in my life. So mental illness kind of ends up being something I cover a lot on the channel. And a couple of examples I could provide are like, I recently did a song Faceless where I kind of investigated, you know, the neurodivergent concept of masking and how it can be really draining and it can leave you feeling like you have no identity yourself, because, you know, with the masking, you are constantly shifting your identity just to feel like you belong in a certain room or a certain setting. And, you know, I kind of came to a point in my own life where the masking became so tiring that it got ripped off. It got ripped off. And now I'd argue my shadow self is out more than he probably should be. But it can be a hard battle inside of your head to deal with things like that. And dealing with that, as well as, you know, other mental diversions, illnesses, whatever, what have you. I could definitely kind of relate to this concept of being stuck in between being your unique true self and getting help, and what is the real answer, what is the real best thing for the self to just keep trucking along, try to force the self to find a way to live properly, and hope that every new diversion and technique that you can use can fix you, or go to the experts, take the pill, maybe have to deal with some side effects, right? Like in my lifetimes that I've had to take medications, all through high school, I had to take medication for my ADHD. And man, let me tell you, I could not have survived calculus or calculus 2 without that ADHD medication. However, it murdered my personality. I had no personality in high school because I was just so wired all the time from essentially, you know, Adderall and different variants of Adderall. It sucked, man. It sucked. So yeah, that's all I really want to get out about this concept we're investigating here. I'm going to roll it back a little bit and we'll go again. Oh.
The pill boy, drown yourself in the sound of white noise. Follow this 10-step program, rejoice. All your problems will be.
See, the sound of white noise, having to absolutely kill your personality and just be dull on the pills just to fit in, focus, and feel like you're taking the right path, the path that is laid out in the American dream, or what is sold to you here, right, in the States. I'm just talking about the States. I know this guy is international. I'm not sure what the politics are like where he's from. I'm not sure what life is built to look like where he's from personally.
Gone, fucking dumb boy. Nah, mate, this time is different, man, trust me. I feel like things might be falling in place, and my music's been kinda doing bits too. Like I actually might do something great, and when I'm gone, maybe I'll be remembered for doing something special with myself. That's why I don't think that we should talk, man, cause when you're with me, it never seems to help. You think that you can amputate me? I am you, you are me, you are I am we are one. Split in two, that makes one, so you see, you gotta kill you if you wanna kill me. I'm not leftover dinner, I'm not scraps on the side. Oh, your music is thriving, delusional guy. Where's your top 10 hit? Where's your interview with Oprah? Wow, your Grammys, Ren? Nowhere. Yeah, but my music's not commercial like that. I never chase numbers, statistics, or stats. I never.
Wow, we barely made it into this song, and I have so much to say. As an independent artist myself, one of the most frustrating things that can happen is that, you know, doing this for 15 years now, I've built a style and a way that works for me. It's music I want to listen to, and it's not completely unique unto itself. Of course, I draw from other artists. You know, I have my own inspirations. But one of the most frustrating things I experience as an artist is when I make a new song and I bring it to somebody and they start telling me how I can commercialize it. You know what I mean? Well, if you did this or this, it would probably sound more like this and it could get radio play. Or you'd sound more like this artist and then you could pitch it to those fans and they might like it, right? Just viewing the music itself as an income source, as a business, and completely missing the art aspect of it. You know what I mean? It's frustrating, it's heartbreaking, and it can be hurtful at times, you know, when people that you feel close to or that you show your music to don't accept it and don't view it the same way that you do. Here it sounds like he's talking about himself being frustrated sometimes with how he writes, maybe, and how he knows he'll never truly get the same success as he could should he choose another path that's more commercially viable. But obviously this guy is stuck with it and it's working for him. Here I am reacting to him right now, so it is working for him.
Write hooks for the radio, they never even play me, so why would I concern myself with that? But my music is really connecting, and the people who find it respect it. And for me that's enough, cause this life's been tough, so it gives me a purpose I can rest in.
Yes, like when that's what I like to say too, you know, when I make my music, like there has to be other people out there that feel the way that I feel. So I'm going to make it the way I want to make it, and I'm going to put it out there and hope that those people find me. But if they don't find me, that's okay too. If it helps 2-3 people feel like they're not alone in this world, then I'm doing it right.
Man, you sound so pretentious. Ren, your music is so self-centered. No one wants to hear another song about how much you hate yourself. Trust me. You should be so lucky, having me inside you to guide you, remind you, to manage expectations, provide you perspective. That thing you neglected, I get it. You wanna be a big deal, next Jimi Hendrix, forget it. Man, it's not like that. Man, it's just like that. I'm inside you, you twat. No, it's not, man, you're wrong. When I write, I belong. Let me break the fourth wall by acknowledging this song. Ren sits down.
I really like the musical choice too of how I don't know exactly what he's doing with the guitar, but the strumming feels harder when he's kind of, it's the dark part of the self speaking, right? And the strumming is a little bit lighter, it feels like, when the light side of the self is talking, and that's cool.
It's a stroke of genius. He wants to write a song that was not done previous. A battle with his subconscious. Eminem did it. Played on guitar. Plan B did it.
See, I I wasn't crazy for that take.
Man, you're not original, you criminal rip-off artist. The pinnacle of your success is stealing other people's material. Ren, mate, we've heard it all before. She sells seashells on the seashore. Fuck you, I don't need you, I don't need to hear this. Cause I'm fine by myself, I'm a genius. And I will be great, and I will make waves, and I'll shake up the whole world beneath us. That's right, speak your truth, your fucking god complex leaks out of you. It's refreshing to actually hear you say it instead of downplay it.
I don't know. I don't remember which one of y'all recommended this. And I swear, man, I went on YouTube Studio yesterday and, well, actually, I've done it twice and I've searched everything I possibly could in my comments, right? Searching Ren, searching Hi Ren, searching Hi, searching everything I could possibly find to potentially find who recommended this song. And I cannot find you. I hope this finds you. And I hope you comment down below and say, hey, this was me. Because you deserve your credit. I will immediately heart it. I will pin it. I will put it at the top of the comment section. I appreciate you. I relate to this song so gosh darn much, you know. Man, and for this next 30 seconds, I may sound pretentious and like an asshole, but unfortunately, this is my experience, and this is what I feel like Ren is talking about here too, right? Ever since I was young, you know, I was kind of I'd say for better or worse, propped as the golden child in the family, right? Like, oh, this is the smartest kid we've ever had. He's going to do the most things, blah, blah, blah. At some point, I think that pressure became too much. And I ran the other direction and said, I don't want any of that, right? Because I never really had a say in any of it. But I still never lost the intelligence, right? And I know with absolute certainty when I walk into most rooms that I walk into in my life that I am, if not the most intelligent person in the room, probably the second most intelligent. That's not to say I'm going to walk into a room with, 30 engineers and say I'm the smartest person in this room, because that's just not true. But that's not my day-to-day experience, right? Those are not the kind of people I deal with on a day-to-day. And at times, I definitely come off as having the same thing, right? That little bit of a God complex, because I know I'm supremely confident in who I am. And it's just, it is what it is. You know what I mean? At a certain point, I feel once you've developed your intelligence to a certain extent, once you've studied enough psychology, once you've understood enough social construct and the psychology behind social constructs and whatnot, it kind of becomes hard to bring yourself back to a point that is suitable in a career like mine, where I'm in kitchens and genuinely a lot of the people that I work with are uneducated. You know what I mean? Any given day I walk into the kitchen and I'm looking through the shelves in the walk-in and I'm looking at labels, and for example, yesterday somebody spelled broccoli Brocally. You know what I mean? These people are just uneducated. But not only uneducated, they don't have the wherewithal, the awareness to go, well, wait a second, broccoli is on 32 different boxes in this walk-in, so I could easily figure out how to spell this word if I don't know how to spell this word. It's little things, and it could come off real douchey, and it can be really harmful. But again, when I put things like that into my music, I do it because I know I'm not alone. And absolutely, if you're a small artist, don't take my example because I never popped off, but look at Ren's example. You are capable of making music that way. You are capable of sharing your honest experience, even if you sound pretentious, even if you sound like a douche. And there are going to be people out there that relate to it. Just do it, man.
Music is all about the creative process, and if people can find something to relate to within that, then that's just a bonus.
Fuck you, I'ma fucking kill you, Ren. Well, fucking kill me then, let's fucking have you, Ren. I'ma do it, watch me prove it. Who are you to doubt my music? Cause I call the shots, I choose if you die. Yeah, I call the shots and so I choose who survives. I'll tie you up in knots when I lock you inside. Newsflash, I was created at the dawn of creation. I am temptation. I am the snake in Eden. I am the reason for treason, beheading all kings. I am sin, with no rhyme or reason. Son of the morning, Lucifer, Antichrist, father of lies. Mustopheles, truth in a blender, deceitful pretender, the banished avenger, the righteous surrender. When standing in front of my solar eclipse, my name is stitched to your lips. So you see, I won't bow to the will of a mortal, feeble and normal. You wanna kill me? I'm eternal immortal. I live in every decision that catalyzes chaos, that causes division. I live inside death, the beginning of end. I am you, you are me, I am you, Ren.
Some of you are going to get so mad that I pause this video so many times, and you're going to get the same response in the comments. It's my channel, guys. I love music. I like to break down music. I like to dissect music, and this is just what I'm going to do, man. There are plenty of other people who have reacted to the song who, if you really don't like me, sure, you could choose to take your time to write your hateful comment down in the comment section, and if it makes you smile for a second, awesome. I'm so happy for you. Live your life to the fullest, honey. You're doing great. But I just want to talk real quick about some other songs that this reminds me of. Real fast, I think of Tool's 46 and 2, which is kind of an investigation of Jungian psychology, Carl Jung's philosophy of the shadow and whatnot. And the other one that I'm immediately brought to is 9 Inch Nails, pretty much the Downward Spiral album, right? But think about how that album opens up with March of the Pigs and a couple of other tracks that are just specifically March of the Pigs. I think it's March of the Pigs. Correct me if I'm wrong and it's Piggy. But I'm pretty sure it's March of the Pigs. Towards the end, there is a drum segment that is so off-key, it's so strange, and just kind of makes your skin crawl a little bit. Ren's doing the same thing with his guitar here, and it's doing a lot for the song to carry the energy of the track and to back up the strangeness and the kind of evil tone he's trying to get across in the vocals, and it's awesome.
Hi Ren, I've been taking some time to be distant. I've been taking some time to be still. I've been taking some time to be by myself, and I've spent half my life ill. But just as sure as the tide starts turning, just as sure as the night has dawned, just as sure as the rainfall soon runs dry when you stand in an eye of a storm. I was made to be tested and twisted. I was made to be broken and beat. I was made by his hand, it's all part of his plan that I stand on my own 2 feet. And you know me, my will is eternal. And you know me, you've met me before. Face to face with a beast, I will rise from the east and I'll settle on the ocean floor. And I go by many names also. Some people know me as hope. Some people know me as the voice that you hear when you loosen the noose on the rope. And you know how I know that I'll prosper? 'Cause I stand here beside you today. I have stood in the flames that cremated my brain, and I didn't once flinch or shake. So cower at the man I've become when I sing from the top of my lungs, that I won't retire, I'll stand in your fire, inspire that me to be strong. And when I am gone I will rise in the music that I left behind. Ferocious, persistent, immortal like you, we're a climate to different sides. When I was 17 years old, I shouted out into an empty room, into a blank canvas, that I would defeat the forces of evil. And for the next 10 years of my life, I suffered the consequences, with autoimmunity, illness, and psychosis. As I got older, I realized there were no real winners and there were no real losers in psychological warfare, but there were victims and there were students. It wasn't David versus Goliath. It was a pendulum, eternally swaying from the dark to the light. And the more intensely that the light shone, the darker the shadow it cast. It was never really a battle for me to win. It was an eternal dance. And like a dance, the more rigid I became, the harder it got. The more I cursed my clumsy footsteps, the more I struggled. So I got older, and I learned to relax, and I learned to soften, and that dance got easier. It is this eternal dance that separates human beings from angels, from demons, from gods. And I must not forget, we must not forget, that we are human beings.
Wow. All right, that was fantastic. Man, also relatable as hell. I am 29 years old now. I kind of found my way into chef work, working in kitchens, food industry in general, by accident. When I had turned, right before I was turning 21 years old, I lost someone that was very special to me myself. Somebody that I looked up, admiring a lot, somebody who I thought to be just like, somebody whose footsteps I tried to echo in everything I did in life. And it broke me, man. It broke me, man. I started using drugs heavily. For the next 2 years, it was probably still mostly just weed and acid, but eventually a lot of shroom strips too. Not a lot, not crazy. I'd say a highest number probably is like 10, probably like 10 times in my life at most. But the weed use never stopped. And the older I get, the longer I partake in it, the more I think one recognizes one's own episodes with psychosis. I'd like to say I'm on the other end of it now. I'm softening up quite a bit, and I'm learning to exist in the world once again without the pain, without the anger, without the frustrations and the whys. But I will say, partially just because of who I am, partially because of the drug use at the time, and partially because of my chosen path to work in kitchens, especially given the kitchen I got my start in was kind of crazy. Most of our staff had spent time in prison. Most of our staff was still on heavier drugs than I. And it was just a madhouse. It was an absolute madhouse every day. Fights, everybody carrying, high intensity. It was crazy. It was crazy. And I put myself through it for years, for many reasons. But regardless, it got to a point where I had to leave, and I learned peace for myself for a little bit. And I owe a large part of that to the person I had as a partner at the time. When I first left the kitchens, I was able to find a lot of peace and healing in this person. And this person will forever continue to be a very, very, very important part of my life, even though we have no connection today. I learned how to do what Ren is saying at the end of this video here, how to just let go a little bit and be at peace and enjoy the world again. Remember why you exist, and exist in hope and love rather than existing in hatred and pain. And I'll be very honest and say, ever since I've lost that person in my life, it's been a struggle to find that same kind of hope with consistency again. It's been a struggle to find reasons to look forward to anything again. And it's been a couple years going, and I haven't fixed it myself. And this guy right here, YouTube, don't take down my video because I put weed on the screen, please. Probably doesn't help at all. There's probably still a lot more psychosis bouts. I've even lost friendships over the last couple of years over some of the psychosis bouts and the anger and the frustration and the pain that comes out of me when I'm in those episodes, those psychotic breaks. And it's hard, man. It's a tough way to live. It's a really hard way to live. So, whoever recommended this video, this felt very personal. Thank you. But also, if you're like me, or if you're like Ren, and you feel those kinds of things, I just want to say, understand it's a totally normal human experience. Maybe not everybody goes through it, but a lot of people do go through it. And I just hope that you find your way through, and that you find those things that balance you, and that you're able to defeat that evil within yourself the same way Ren has been able to, and the same way I'm still working to today myself. Because life's just a lot better when you do. It's a lot more bright when you do. It's a completely different world between that life and the painful self-hatred evil life. You know what I mean? So yeah. This video has been running for a long time though, so I'm gonna kind of leave it there. Feel free to share your stories, share how you guys related to Ren or how you found Ren down in the comments. I would love to hear them. And obviously, you know, we've got a little bit of a community building here. I'm sure all of the community will come together on this one and support each other. So, you know, if you see anything down in the comments, all I ask is people be respectful of each other's experiences and stories, and I'll leave it at that. Until next time, this has been Grim on Grim Takes. This is my introduction to Ren. I hope you guys enjoyed. Peace out.